If a man has to constantly explain himself, defend himself, and prove himself, he is already losing. Most men have been taught that power comes from talking louder, texting faster, arguing harder, and always having the last word. But the men who quietly win in dating, marriage, business, and life usually do the opposite. They speak less, observe more, react slower, and move with intention. And that is exactly what makes them dangerous. I'm Ava, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, like this video, subscribe, and stay with me. Because this channel is for men who are tired of being manipulated, overlooked, and emotionally exhausted. Today we're talking about winning without words, the secret power of quiet men. And before you click away, let me say this clearly. This is not about being weak, shy, awkward, or socially anxious. This is about the kind of silence that comes from self-control, confidence, and emotional discipline. Because in today's world, the loudest man gets attention, but the quiet man often gets respect. Number one, quiet men don't give away their power for free. One of the biggest mistakes men make is talking too much, especially when they're trying to impress a woman. They reveal all their plans, all their feelings, all their fears, all their achievements, and sometimes even their bank accounts within the first few conversations. A quiet man understands something most men learn too late. Information is power. He doesn't hide because he's insecure. He hides because he knows not everyone deserves full access to him. When a woman is still trying to figure him out, she pays more attention. When people can easily predict him, they observe him more carefully. Mystery is not manipulation. It is restraint, and restraint is attractive. Number two, quiet men are usually better observers. The man who talks all the time misses half of what is happening around him. The quiet man notices the change in tone. He notices the delayed reply, the fake compliment, the disrespect hidden inside a joke, the inconsistency between words and actions. This is why many quiet men avoid drama before it starts. They see the red flags early. A loud man reacts to what is said. A quiet man reacts to what is revealed. And in relationships, observation is often more valuable than charm. Number three, silence protects men from emotional traps. Let me say something controversial. A lot of arguments are not about solving a problem. They are about getting an emotional reaction from you. Some people will keep pushing, accusing, provoking, and repeating themselves until you lose control. The moment you explode, the focus shifts from their behavior to your reaction. Quiet men understand this game. They pause before responding. They don't answer every accusation. They don't defend themselves against every misunderstanding. And that pause is not weakness. That pause is emotional intelligence. A man who can control his mouth when he is angry is more powerful than a man who can control a room when he is calm. Number four, women often trust consistency more than constant talking. Many men think attraction is created by saying the perfect thing. In real life, long-term attraction is usually created by being the same person repeatedly. The quiet man says less, but does more. He shows up, he follows through, he keeps his word. He doesn't make grand promises every week. And over time, people begin to feel safe around him, not because he is exciting every second, but because he is stable, a man who is hard to provoke, hard to manipulate, and easy to rely on, becomes extremely valuable in a world full of emotional chaos. Number five, quiet men are harder to manipulate. Manipulation requires information and emotional access. If someone knows exactly what triggers you, what scares you, and what makes you desperate, they can control your behavior. Quiet men tend to reveal those things slowly, They don't overshare to gain sympathy. They don't chase validation by telling everyone their pain. And because they are emotionally contained, people have fewer buttons to press. This is one reason some women become frustrated with emotionally disciplined men, not because the man is cold, but because he cannot be easily controlled through guilt, pressure, or emotional chaos. Number 6, silence creates presence. Have you ever noticed that in some rooms, the man speaking the least is the one everyone keeps looking at? That is presence. He is not competing for attention. He is not trying to dominate the conversation. His energy is settled, and settled energy feels powerful. When a man is comfortable being silent, he sends a message without saying a word. I do not need constant attention to know my value. That is rare, and rare things are respected. Number 7, quiet men recover faster after heartbreak. Loud heartbreak is not always deep heartbreak. Some men announce their pain to everyone, post indirectly, seek revenge, or jump into another relationship immediately. Quiet men often suffer deeply, but they process privately. They disappear, they reflect, they rebuild, they go to the gym, focus on work, strengthen their finances, reconnect with purpose. And months later, people are shocked by the transformation. Silence gives them space to heal without performing their pain for an audience. Number 8, the most respected men are not always the most expressive. Think about the men people truly respect. The father who rarely speaks, but everyone listens when he does. The leader who doesn't panic. The husband who doesn't argue in public. The businessman who moves quietly and delivers results. These men are not respected because they are mute. They are respected because their words are expensive. When a man speaks all the time, his words lose weight. When he speaks with intention, people lean in. Now let me give you the truth that many men need to hear. Being quiet will not automatically make you attractive, rich, or respected. A silent man with no purpose is just silent. A silent man who avoids communication is emotionally unavailable. A silent man who never expresses love will damage his relationships. So this video is not telling men to become distant robots. It is telling men to stop confusing noise with strength. The men who win are not the men who never speak. They are the men who speak when it matters, who stay calm under pressure, who observe before reacting, who protect their emotions, who keep their promises, and who let their actions carry the weight that other men try to carry with endless words. In a world where everyone is broadcasting, explaining, complaining, and seeking attention, the quiet man stands out, not because he is louder, but because he is harder to shake. And if you can become the kind of man whose silence comes from confidence rather than fear, you will discover something most men never learn. Sometimes the strongest sentence a man can say is nothing at all. If this video spoke to you, type silent strength in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember, a man does not become powerful when he learns to talk over everyone. He becomes powerful when he learns that not every battle deserves his voice. And that is how quiet men win.